When I'm drinking whiskey, I know nothing can go wrong. When I'm drinking whiskey, only time my mind is strong. When I got my bottle is when I'm standing tall. 'Cause when I'm drinking whiskey, I don't feel nothing at all. Oh, when I'm good and drunken, can't nobody bring me down. I like to drink my whiskey when nobody is around. I know my empty bottle's the only one that understands that when I'm drinking whiskey, I forget the man I am. My hands don't ever shake. When I'm drinking whiskey, I don't lie in bed awake. 'Cause when I got my bottle, I don't care if I'm alive. 'Cause when I'm drinking whiskey, I ain't afraid to die. 'Cause when I'm drinking whiskey, I ain't afraid to die.
There is a sixth dimension beyond that which is known to man. A multiverse as vast as eternity, as timeless as the Infinity Gems. It is the middle ground between the big two and the indie publishers, between sci-fi and mysticism, and it lies between the pages of the reader's imagination. At the summit of entertainment, the dimension of comics, where a humble service is held. We call this service the Gospel of Comics.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gospel of Comics. I am your host, the Church of Failure, and with me today is my trusty co-host, Ayrton McCartney. How you doing today, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm excited for tonight.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Oh, and Alex Jones. Thank you, Alex, for joining.
Yes, he wanted to stop in and say that for our good buddy Comic Book Hud.
Well, I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the frickin' huts gay, but we'll discuss that further going forward. So tonight, I didn't really have a whole lot planned. I thought we would go over 300, but we didn't really have an opportunity to finish 300 since last night because Ayrton and I both have real jobs. And I got to thinking, we haven't taken out the trash in a long time. And God, do we love taking out the trash here on the Gospel of Comics. It is our favorite chore.
It's so much fun.
So, I've been doing some thinking, and like I said, I was this close. I was a cock hair away, Ayrton, from getting out of the drama with War Campaign and Edwin Boyette and Mike Miller, and I'm like, this has nothing to do with comic books. And then Mike Miller decided that he was going to post a video burning a comic book in front of his child. And then use the excuse that his child was special needs. And I haven't been able to get over it. Like, it still makes my fucking skin crawl.
Oh, yeah. It pisses me right the fuck off.
Before we get too far into it, I'd also like to welcome our other guest to the show, Einbrecht. You may know him from the Discord and the chat. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Evening, gentlemen. I'm doing fucking great.
I think gentlemen might be a little too far to take it right now. I'm not sure. I don't think we qualify, but I appreciate it.
I mean, to be fair, I swear like a sailor, so I'm probably the last person to be called a gentleman.
But Welcome Darb and Matt Christie to the chat. How you guys doing? Uh, I like I said, I really don't know what happened because back in the day, Comicsgate used to be this little tight knit community. You had Mike Miller, who was shunned by the comic community for his beliefs. You had Ethan Van Sciver, Doug TeNapel. It really seemed like a Three Musketeers scenario, and nothing was ever going to break that apart. Except, and we have some pretty liberal views when it comes to free speech here on the channel. We
Yeah.
believe in your right to say anything you want to say, but maybe if you're trying to sell comic books to an audience with a
Maybe don't demean half of them.
maybe don't block everyone, and maybe just maybe don't post on your public Twitter during Pride Month that Pride is a sin. Especially if you're a piece of shit that 7 months later is going to put up a video burning a comic book in front of your special needs child.
Yeah, the comic burning thing actually wasn't at all what bothered me. I mean, it's just the way his kids reacting. Like,
That's what I'm getting at.
I get that he claims that his kid likes watching things on fire, but his son sounded like he thought he was being punished.
Well, let me just put this out there to you. Maybe don't encourage maybe don't encourage pyromancy in your children and use that as an excuse.
Yeah, that's probably not a good trait to foster.
Maybe don't use that as your excuse because that's how buildings get burned down. That's how people die. Because especially if the child doesn't understand that maybe it's not good to just burn things because you like it. But again, I'm not going to raise another man's children. I will send the kid another copy of Cyberfrog if he'd actually get it and it wouldn't end up in the fire and doing the same fucking thing. But that's just me.
And to be fair, I'm sure all three of us here and everybody in the chat played with fire when we were small children at one point.
I was a bad boy. I did a little more than play with fire, unfortunately. But, dumb people do dumb things, I always say.
But, I don't want to just spend the evening simply shitting on Mike Miller. There are plenty of other people who deserve to be shit on in the anti-Comicsgate movement. Because, unfortunately, that was just the act that made me pick a side. Like, I didn't want to pick a side. I was happy being right down the middle, just buying comic books, because that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, kids are my trigger as well. I don't do well. Up until the Mike S. Miller kid thing, I was fine.
Yeah.
And then Miller did that shit, and I went, no, I'm done. I'm Comicsgate.
Yeah. There's no way that I can even foster the thought of, oh, well, it's just guys being pissed off with one another. No, that's not what this is.
Yeah, it's like, I've been a fan of your boy Zach, for a while now.
Absolutely.
And
actually didn't know who Zach was before the Mark Waid thing, and I really like him. He seems like a really nice, if shy guy.
Yeah, and his content's fun, and I just didn't care about the drama. I just legitimately don't care. I loved Cyberfrog. That book was fun as hell. But now, same thing. You start burning books, I'm siding with whoever you're against.
Yeah, let's take a look back. Puritans, Nazis. These are people that burn books. But again, we're not simply here to pick on Mike Miller. We'll roll back around to him, because let's just be frank here.
Oh man, if only Cripple Jesus were here.
Oh yeah, the rolling jokes. I get it. But I By the way, just in case you didn't know, let's pull this up real quick. Donate to Ayrton's Lunch Money Fund. The link is in the description down below. Streamlabs.com/Church of Failure. And back me up on this, Ayrton. That all goes to you.
Yes, it does.
Okay. It has my name on it, but I directed it to Ayrton's PayPal. I have no control over that money. I get none of it. It goes directly to Ayrton's Lunch Money Fund. Let's get him some Chinese and get him infected with the Wu flu, people.
I mean, that's really what they want.
But, well, I mean, considering I'll still make you work, even though, you have the Wu flu.
Yeah.
But
I'll just be coofing a lot.
oh, God, don't goof. Please don't goof. But, anyway.
My hope at this point is that Chad's not goofing.
Yeah. He went
yeah.
We both actually went to Olive Garden, different Olive Garden people. But we both went to Olive Garden this evening, and man, that we're a little worried at this point. Maybe Olive Garden is a super spreader. But anyway, I have some. I don't know. I have some things here that we should look at. The first thing I have. What are you doing? Come on. Transform. There we go. Alright, so first off, Edwin Boyette. Now, Edwin Boyette, as far as I can tell, lives in Hawaii, doesn't draw or write comics, doesn't even really do a good job of marketing comics, but decided to jump ship.
What does he do?
Complains like a woman.
He espouses dum-dums and,
Well,
Oh, I'm gonna try and find that video as well. He's recently called all of his friends' potential fans dum-dums, idiots, and insulted our families because that's what you do when you're trying to help someone sell books. You help espouse their families as idiots, and but anyway, let's just take a look here. We've got a link here. From an analytical side, Mark Wade's alleged interference. So we have Edwin Boyette here taking Mark Wade's side, someone who tortiously interfered with your boy Zach's ability to sell a comic book through Antarctic Press.
That's how deranged these people are.
Someone who's basically said, "Oh, I shouldn't be punished for canceling your contract and talking shit about you in Texas in front of Texans while you're a Texan." And drag jurisdiction out over a year. We're just now getting to the point where the lawsuit is going forward between you boy Zach and Mark Wade. But
an original lawsuit.
Yeah. Here we have Edwin Boyette saying, from an analytical side, Mark Wade's alleged interference with Myers' contract with Antarctic Press probably increased Myers' revenue by a factor of 10. It's not the point, you dipshit. He got him pulled
He
from
still
his
interfered
contract.
with the
What
contract.
the fuck does that matter, motherfucker?
Yeah, what was it? Fuck, Nick's talked about this shit so many times. I'm not going to rehash it. If you guys want to know how this case should play out, if it actually played out,
get us to
go to
300
Racket's stream.
No, get us to 300. I've got some streams clipped out from Rackets and his permission to go over the entire thing in full when we
Oh, thank God.
Subs. Yeah.
Only 9 more subs.
Rackets is a good dude.
He is.
He's one of the few content creators out there that actually gives a flying fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I started following him. I had no idea who he was prior to the Vic situation. And then with the Vic situation, I saw what an upstanding guy he is. And I went, okay, I'm going to go follow him. And it just turns out that he's one of the most entertaining content creators out there.
Everybody likes a drunk lawyer.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when they spit as much fire as that asshole does. It's wonderful.
So, anyway, Edwin is essentially claiming that Meyer wasn't harmed by Mark Wade's interference because of his ideology against Ethan Van Sciver and company.
So does that mean attempted murder shouldn't be illegal?
Yeah.
You don't actually harm the person?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're-
only tried to kill him, Your Honor. It's not. It doesn't matter that I failed. I tried and failed. Like,
It's not my part. Not my fault. I'm a shit assassin.
you should convict my. What was it? My incompetence, not me. And it's like, here we go.
We'll continue on down the thread real quick. Edwin Boyette, again, clearly not understanding what the fuck he's talking about, goes in and says, in 2019, Antarctic Press didn't have a single book on the top 1,000 best-selling comics. Antarctic's best-selling comics for all of 2019 appears to be Rags number 4, moving 4,000 units. Okay. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything, Edwin? Just because they didn't have a best-selling comic doesn't mean Meyer was making a contract with them to have a best-selling comic. He was making a contract with them to put Jawbreakers in fucking stores, you idiot.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in
Which
comics...
I would have fucking loved.
Yeah. I don't think anybody in Comicsgate went in and said, hey, Zach, if you sell this book, it'll be one of the best-selling comics in America. No, nobody knew that. Nobody knew the popularity that got behind it. Luckily, because of the exposure that he got after the fact and the support that he had from Comicsgate and people like you hypocritical piece of shit, his book did well, and his sequel's doing well, and he's helping with the Expendables project with Sly, which is more than you'll ever do in your pathetic fucking life. So you take your fucking Christian righteousness and you shove it up your ass, Edwin Boyette, or Methwin, as the war campaign calls you, and you're non-white.
Yeah, Methwin, I've never heard that one.
And you're not doing white drugs, you piece of shit. All he does is sit on Twitter all day and fucking bitch at people in Comicsgate. That's all he does.
It's all he's good for. Bitch behavior. He may be biologically a male, but that's a woman through and through.
You know, as much as I can't stand John De La Rose, at least he writes books. They might be shit books, but at least he writes. As much as I don't like the ideologies of Mike Miller and Doug TenNapel, at least they can produce content. All this son of a bitch can do is fucking bitch and raise hell. That's all he can fucking do.
And did you guys notice as, you know, I was looking around a bit and then Einbrock just went like, you know, full like autist and just started pulling up all kinds of shit. So I just kind of stood out of his way so I wouldn't get run over. But did you guys notice that there's always like the same 12 people in every thread from all of these people that we're talking about tonight?
Absolutely. And you know, maybe we can name them. Because at least 4 of them we're gonna be discussing.
Them?
Huh? Oh, I see
Name
what you did.
them
I see what you did there. Yeah, I got you. No. Not that kind of stream, Eric.
Hey, my retarded ass didn't catch that right away. I got it now.
Sorry,
you got to echo.
We're talking in DMs for like 2 hours. So.
Hey, speak of the devil, and he shall appear in the chat. How's it going, Novel Bro?
Fucking Novel Bro. Also, it has to be said before we go forward. Hail chat and hail gospel.
Thank you. Hail, brother. In the eternal words of Rogue Gaylord, hail. But anyway, I don't know. Like I said, I was out to dinner, and the Discord and the Patreon or the patrons and everybody else came through. Mostly Einbrecht and Ayrton, but we did have some help from the war campaign. But yeah,
I hope you didn't have notifications turned on for your phone, because that must have been an annoying ass dinner if you did.
Oh God, no, I don't have notifications turned on for any Discord ever, because I call into shows. But anyway, there's an account going around that uses a dog for the profile picture, which leads me to believe that the owner of the account is either a white girl or Sink Uger, and their
No,
name
it would
is
be a horse. It would be a horse if it was Shank yogurt.
He's got a point.
no. He's talked about dogs too.
Oh,
Has he? I
Yeah,
did not know that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I missed that one.
Oh wow! So he's a dog fucker too. That's phenomenal. Wow.
Yeah. Mr. Pesos has so graciously pointed that out. But there's an account going around by the name of Vickyverse, and anytime I see them, I just like to respond with something snarky and then add "woof" to the end. But I don't think that they understand how irrelevant they are. Like they're even less relevant than I am, and that's impressive. But
And we've talked about this Vickyverse person before. This account's the one that was posting the Teespring or whatever, where you could get banned by EVS shirts and mugs and shit.
oh yeah, let's look at that. Let's look at how not fucking butthurt they are.
Right?
By, let's just
Yeah, totally not at all.
not butthurt by oh they already have a second account. I'm sorry. I their original account apparently is gone. So
Because of course it is.
I don't have that link anymore, but yeah. So they're ban evading. Let's see. When was this account created? Oh, they had a backup account. Let's see if their original account.
Vickyverse 2.
Yeah. Oh no. The original account's still there. Okay. Vickyverse 2 is just the one that's still there. Let's see here. But yeah, they're selling
And is
mugs.
followed by Renfamous.
Oh, I'm
What
shocked.
a fucking surprise!
I'm
Yeah.
shocked. The one person that everyone in Comicsgate just despised from the get go. I wonder. Makes you think. But yeah, they're selling frog emoji blocked by EVS merch because why not? Grifter's gonna grift, right? So if you want a piece of shit,
Yeah, I didn't
ceramic
actually
mug,
get Cyberfrog.
Yeah, hot take here. I actually don't despise her. I don't even fucking care about that useless whore. I'm mostly neutral on her. I dislike the shit she does. She occasionally has a hot take that's funny, but she's mostly useless.
who, Renfamous?
Oh yeah, she's people like her are what I like to classify as budding lol cows.
I'm gonna
In due course,
I'm gonna air quote here. Her.
yeah, fair enough. I mean, it's very obviously some bovine DNA in there, so lol cow might be a bit on the nose.
So I don't know. Blocked by EVS merch. I don't think that I don't think there's any money in that. I don't think that it's going to get $1 million in revenue like Cyberfrog did. I don't think anybody's going to enjoy a piece of shit made in China mug. Maybe you'll get the Wooflu if you order one.
Yeah, it was. I was gonna order some.
I'll put a challenge out to these people. If you super chat us at least $100, I will buy one of your blocked by EVS shirts. I will DM him and ask him to block me, and I will take a picture sitting on my porch smoking a pipe while reading Cyberfrog and wearing that shirt. And I will make that my profile picture on everything.
No pants.
No pants.
This sounds dangerous.
I'll wear a Speedo.
Oh no.
He's just trying to get lunch for the week paid for. That's all he's doing. He's trying to get a steak for dinner or something. Don't buy into it. He's getting above his station, y'all. But anyway, there's I'm just sifting through this shit. There's so much. Edwin and Hutt lying about EVS and everyone else. Their claim that EVS was not supporting the troops, while it's more accurate to say that EVS was calling Doug's support of the troops disingenuous. Did you guys see that?
Yep, this is one of the things that I included in my autistic notes.
So, one thing, like to fill everybody in, there was a tier on Doug TeNaples' Earthworm Jim, and I think Bigfoot Bill, and all of his other campaigns. He does a tier for an Air Force base. Now, I don't know whether or not he's doing that for clout or whatever. I doubt it. Just to be fair to Doug TeNapel, just to be completely fair.
I don't think Doug's a piece of shit, so I don't believe he's doing it for clout. But I understand why Ethan would think that.
Well, I mean, it's a cheap shot to take, right? And that's what you do on the internet. And when, two grown men dislike one another, they take cheap shots back and forth. I mean, Doug TeNapel is not, his hands aren't clean in any of this. I mean, he called Richard C. Meyer, who himself is a veteran and a fellow creator and someone who stayed out of all of this. He called Richard C. Meyer cuntish in a tweet. And why? Why do you have to, drag somebody through the fucking mud who's not even involved in your fucking drama? Like, I don't get that, right? But
I take back my statement about Doug not being a piece of shit then.
Well,
picking on someone as kind as Richard, like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, I mean, I've been known to purchase a Doug TeNapel comic before, and like I said, slinging shit through the mud is what people do. But yeah, that's.
I mean, that's the internet for you.
Let me see here. All right, here we go. I got it. I'm gonna get it pulled up here. Doing all this on the fly. Like I said, I literally just got in and started the show. But here's what we got. Oh, come on. He's responding to Groovy Grover Green on Twitter. Someone helped him out with his legal fund after he got jumped at Gen Con. That's in reference to the quartering. And some of his associates have beef with Doug. I think they're explaining what's the deal with the quartering. But Doug TeNapel responds, and again, we'll take a look at his sub count here in a minute. But his follower count on Twitter for Doug TeNapel, 19,000 followers. Not a very well received tweet. 57 likes, 6 retweets. Weird. Richard C. Meyer also got GoFundMe help. And the only time he did an evisceration, and then only time. Wait. Weird. Richard Meyer also got GoFundMe help. And the only time he did an evisceration of Kickstarter was when the Earthworm Jim campaign was up. Not true. Richard C. Meyer has taken apart Kickstarter a couple of times for deplatforming your buddy Mike Miller. Back when everyone was all friendly with one another, so that's disingenuous as shit.
Zach has proven consistently that he will go to bat for anyone.
Yeah.
It's not his fault those fucking pieces of shit chose to backstab him.
So, when the Earthworm Jim campaign was up, and while I pushed Expendables, cuntish, Meyer can bash Kickstarter, but they platformed my book. I've raised $37,000. Yeah, how does that feel, Doug? I hate to ask. How does that feel to raise $750,000 on Indiegogo and barely make $40K on Kickstarter with the same book? How does that? Does it feel bad not being able to beat 5 campaigns worth of comic books to make $1 million? I mean, I still buy your books. I like your books, but you're not good at this Twitter banter shit, man. I'm sorry. Maybe keep your boomer ass to doing drawing streams and sniping from a distance, because this direct shit ain't working for you, buddy. You got too much to lose.
I mean, like, all of these guys, like the old creators, are kind of boomerish. Like me and Einbrock were talking about that
They are, but
in the Discord. Even EVS is like he's a boomer.
EVS hiding his fucking sub count, and I'm just like, oh, you fucking boomer. I can literally just go to anyone can literally just go to Social Blade or any other website that passively scans YouTube subscriber counts and shit like that, and it's just like, oh god, I love EVS, but god, what a boomer.
yeah. Well, and what's the point?
Yeah.
Sub count mean absolutely nothing. I mean, I appreciate
That's
everybody.
exactly it, bro.
I appreciate everybody
It's a
that's
fucking
subscribed
number
to
on
the
a
channel.
website.
Yeah, but it's a number on a website. It has nothing to do with your self worth. It has nothing to do with the quality of your content.
Right.
Maybe it reflects that you're losing some subscribers because YouTube's algorithm is shit, but everybody knows that. But
It's also the fact that accounts get outright deleted.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and if you look at the numbers that I posted, he's not like, it just looks like an average like ebb and flow, especially with the divide in Comicsgate. Clearly, there was one picture, I think his YouTube was down what, 1,000 over the last 30 days that this person posted. Well, of course, there's been a bigger chasm created in Comicsgate. If you look at the dates that it's showing through, of course he's going to be down 1,000 subscribers. Like it's not like Monday Matt.
yeah. Well, it's actually only 100 that he's down in this image, so not even that bad.
That's his Twitter. If you scroll up,
okay.
it has his YouTube.
That's normal YouTube wear and tear, though. Like unsubbing because of hasn't watched a video in X amount. Like I routinely get unsubbed from channels because I go through a 2 or 3 month period where I'm binging certain channels and the other ones fall in the background.
Right.
And because YouTube's like, you're not watching this anymore. No, I'm just waiting for them to have enough for me to binge.
Well, not only that, but I mean, I'm subbed to channels strictly for support. Sometimes there's only so many hours in a day, and if I have 8 live streaming channels on my my show, like I might catch one a week. But
right, yeah, it's same thing. There's plenty of channels I sub to just to support them. I might go back and catch a few things here or there, but
Malver Bro challenges Ethan Van Scurvy to a chess boxing match.
I'd watch that.
Because of course he does.
Oh, lordy, I'd watch that.
Oh,
just fucking Novel Bro dancing around EVS's obese ass, just fucking shit talking him. Oh, you made my night with that one, Novel Bro.
Hail Caesar. We don't besmirch Caesar. We love Caesar. He's just a fucking boomer. But anyway, and like I said, his nose isn't clean in any of this. So before we get too far into it, but when you have shit thrown at you every day, when you spend your time and energy and you prop these people up, and then they stick a knife in your fucking back, you deserve the nickname Caesar. You do, and that's where people get it. That's where it came from. And as much as I disagree with the fact that I would absolutely much rather see a lot more positivity, a lot more about the comic books. Like today, the first 10 pages for Galactic Rodents of Mayhem came out.
Oh, I'm so goddamn excited for that. Gilly and his Sebastian. Is that the name, Sebastian?
Yeah.
I think I got it wrong.
Yeah, I believe.
I am so hyped for that damn book. There hasn't been a good Anthro book in so fucking long. I'm excited.
Yeah. And
I'm trying so hard not to read those first 10 pages because I want to wait
for the
book to be here and read it all at once.
I made it a grand total of about 3 hours.
I made it 20, 30 seconds, and then I read all 10 pages because I'm a retard.
I made it a grand total of about 3 hours because I was at work.
I looked at them a little bit because the art's so damn good, but I didn't read anything on it. but
Dude.
I scrolled through a few of them just to look at them.
Shout out.
And for the
Doc.
tiny bit of for the tiny bit of shade that I've thrown at Doug here, like I just don't like the fact that he's picking on Zach. Zach's he's a very mild person.
Well,
But
he kept
despite that shade, I fucking love Earthworm Jim. I've read that thing cover to cover twice now, and it is just as cheesy as I hoped it would be.
Here's the thing: Richard C. Meyer has stayed out of this shit. He has stayed out of the sandbox. He has not been on Twitter.
That's why I don't understand why Doug picks on him.
Even in his videos, does he even mention these people at all?
No.
I mean, maybe occasionally. I think he might have.
That's the thing, though. From my experience, when Zach talks about those people, he's just kind of lamenting that mom and dad are fighting.
Yeah. Like, he doesn't attack any of these fucking idiots. And I don't understand. And then you have our good friend, and we've spoken about him before.
Consummate blocker of the show.
Oh no, we're not to him yet. We've mentioned him, but we're not to him yet. We have our good friend Pocket Jack Comics to discuss.
His Twitter timeline is so fucking erratic.
I mean, most
I
of
don't
it's
know
him
much about
retweeting himself.
other than he seems to be a spurg.
Yeah, retweeting himself or retweeting random shit.
Yeah. So let's see here. I don't know that there's anything about him in the show suggestions, but he has taken it upon himself to basically join a one-man war with Fan Advocacy Network and Vicky, and well, I guess maybe there's a man amongst them. But
I'm still squarely on the idea that they're not even right-leaning people, that they're just some of Renfamous's little flunkies, and they're pretending to be on Doug's side, and they'll turn on him inevitably.
oh, absolutely. But basically, he's taken it upon himself to just go after fucking EVS and War Campaign, and all of this goes back to the fact that he was promoting his book and Ethan didn't have him on the show. There's a collage out there with some like 12 tweets that he sent EVS in a matter of days about trying to get on Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and EVS just never had him on, and he melted the fuck down.
Hey, Pocket Jacks, buddy, come on this show.
Pocket Jack's comic is shit. I'm sorry. Just fuck out of here with that webcomic tier art.
I mean, don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel. I haven't read it. I couldn't.
I didn't even know he had a comic until I started trolling their feeds earlier tonight, and I was just like, "Oh my god, really? This is what passes as art nowadays?
Yeah,
it's barely better than Thundercats Roar."
Oh yeah, there it is. But no, I don't understand. Like, because somebody didn't have you on their show, you're going to lose your fucking mind and start spurging out all over the internet and destroy any credibility you have with the rest of the community. Like, here's the thing. They've got their little hug box of maybe 100 people. But
yeah,
he couldn't even sell his own comic. Like, I want to... Oh, man, I hate to do this, but I have to count another man's money real quick.
Do it.
Let's see here. I have to count another man's money real quick.
Oh, yeah, I looked at those numbers. They were... oof.
Yeah.
I've seen Tumblr artists do better, just saying.
Well, not even that. I'm just going to look at the one campaign, but we're going to do some math because, we're all Yank supporters on this show, and that's what it's all about, right? We got to do some math. So We have 630.
Wait, hold on. Math or meth?
No, we're not talking about Edwin anymore. Calm down.
Okay.
Here we have $634. So I want everybody to pull their calculators out, if you would. Or go down in the basement and get your Asian out. Whatever it is you do.
Will the abacus work?
Or if you're particularly old, use a slide rule.
That's what Ayrton's asking about. He's going to get his abacus out. That's fine. And I guess that means we'll have to get back to abacus Mike Miller. And here we go. So $634, right? That's where we're at.
Okay.
So we scroll down and we look at the perks. So we have a PDF, which one is claimed. So that's $5 of the total, taking us to $629. We have a standard cover, of which 8 are claimed, and that's $8. So we subtract 8 times 8, and what does that leave us with, boys? We got 5, and then 8 times 8. Oh, you're breaking my heart here.
I fucked up.
Breaking my heart here. 8 times 8 is 64, so we're at $69, okay?
I'm too retarded to do basic math. Just going to put that out there, so I'm going to let you guys handle the heavy lift.
So, and then you have
No, my
a virgin cover
can't.
of $25. So that's $250. That's what, $300 for the 12 copies. So that's $369.
Okay.
Okay, so we're at $369. Now I want you to look. When we click on these, they all have free shipping. All shipping is free within the U.S. on this campaign. So let's just take a look here. Who is donating $265 without getting any kind of perk on this campaign? Or is that the money that was infused by Pocket Jacks himself so that the campaign didn't look as pathetic as it was actually going to be?
Or it was Remphamus.
She doesn't have that kind of money. She's
Okay.
got raccoons in her fucking walls.
Remphamus needs Daddy's credit card just to eat, so I don't really think,
She can't even use Daddy's credit card to get the fucking raccoons out of her walls. Did you know about that, Einbrecht?
No, actually. I don't really pay much attention to that side of things.
Yeah, she was living in a house for, like 6 months with raccoons living in the walls?
I don't know that she's even
Wow.
out of that. I've got the clip right here.
That's fair. She might still be there.
I've got the clip
Man.
right here. You guys, I'm going to drop it in show suggestions if you guys want to pull it
Okay.
up, but I'm going to play it for the audience again because, that's kind of nice guy.
I've lived in some bad apartments in my days, but I've never had raccoons on my walls.
All right. You guys got it pulled up? You ready?
Yep.
All right. Let's hit play. Are you ready, Einbrecht? Also, let's just take a moment and reflect on the title of this podcast called "The Vag of Holding." But anyway, we're gonna hit play right now.
People who want to get drunk, but not that drunk.
Yep, that's exactly
We're getting
right.
white girl wasted. White girl wasted.
White girl wasted, exactly. No laws with White Claws, bitches. Oh my god. So Ren, is the raccoon still in your wall? And how did a raccoon wind up in your wall?
Oh, I live in a rental property that's poorly maintained. It was built in the early 50s, so raccoons get in all kinds of places in here. We've got a kind of a tenuous mutual agreement to just they do their thing in the walls, we do our thing on this side of the walls.
Ian has an interesting little factoid he learned about raccoons.
Do I?
Don't you remember the whole thing about where they could fit and that joke that you made?
Oh. Yeah, but now,
Oh boy, I know where this is going already.
yeah, it was something like
It was that
raccoons
raccoons could
We might be able to get a duet with the raccoon and Perseal.
No, it was raccoons could fit into like a 2-inch
6
space
yeah,
or
they're
something
a
like
6-inch
that.
Space.
So you said you were going to rename your ass a raccoon carrying handle or carrying bag
Raccoon
or
storage
something.
device.
Raccoon storage unit. I don't know. We slaughtered our own joke.
That's infamous nonchalantly talking about the raccoons living in her walls and then making a joke about it going up her ass, which I'm not so sure with the joke.
No, she strikes me as the type to stick things that should not be in her ass.
And can we just take a moment and say how fucking creepy and robotic her laugh is?
Oh.
That's yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a fake laugh, but who am I to judge?
I can't imagine anyone actually.
That's what this episode is. What do you mean?
I mean, that's fair enough.
Who am I to judge? Take the fucking high road.
Yeah. Have you?
There is no high road where I come from.
Get down in the shit with us,
gentlemen. I swim in the swamp. That is where I belong, and I know it.
Oh, let's see here.
Jesus, Snuffle, bro.
Oh, we do have a clip here. I mean, I see nothing wrong. Infamous, poorly maintained. That's just a regular statement to me, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. I see no underlying message in that statement whatsoever. But no, we do have another clip here that I just ran across. It's a little out of place, but the comic book hut owned by your boy Zach.
Yes.
So let's. Oh, we've got the blue tape. We've got the blue tape comic book hut. Here we go.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Her laugh sounds like her soul has a pacemaker. Well, I mean,
you're not wrong.
With an orbit like hers, you need a pacemaker. So, but anyway, let me know when you guys have that pulled up and you're ready to go. We're back here.
I have it pulled up, but I'm not ready to go.
Okay.
So I gotta find my knife so I can stab my ears out after we're done listening to his voice.
I've got a shot of bleach. I got a shot of bleach. Okay, we're good.
All right, now I'm ready.
All right, so we'll hit play right now. 2 minutes and 24 seconds. We'll play some of it in combat, and then we'll finish it out. We'll play it right
now. But something sort of amused me, made me laugh, made me go ha ha.
The People's Champ, ladies and gentlemen.
Seems that your boy Moron was on Ethan Van Sciver's channel last night. Your boy Moron, a.k.a. Richard C. Meyer, was on Comic Artist Peter Secrets last night. And Ethan asked Zach the question. So I'm going to read you this tweet. This came out from the Crying Game, Mike Miller. Last night, Ethan asked Zach point blank if he uses the hashtag Comicsgate. Zach said he's not on Twitter. Little Caesar asked if he was still on Twitter, if he would use it. Your boy said, and Zach would not humor the question. He refused to say yes to the hypothetical.
Oh my God, this guy is fucking insufferable. Like, I know I don't have I know I'm not fucking Fabio with the voice over here. I'm not doing any ASMR streams anytime. Oh, hail Sexy Rick from Tank Ferret Art in the chat. You got a lot of fans on the show, Rick Piper. Also, the views of the Gospel of Comics and our ability to shit talk has nothing to do with Rick Piper. Rick Piper's a good boy. He's a good Canadian. He didn't do nothing. He has nothing to do with any of this. He's just hanging out. I just want to make that clear. Our views are specifically our own. But yeah, it's I don't know, man. Like,
Uh, his his voice. I didn't realize he had a New Jersey accent while he was like.
So he's autistic,
retarded.
he's gay, and he's from Jersey. Oh,
Yeah.
my boy. What
Give
fate?
Eric Cartman a heart attack.
What fate awaits you?
yeah, oh shit. All right, let's finish it up.
Hypothetical,
Do we have to?
which I said is going to be very interesting to see if he accepts that hashtag. As you know, hashtags are what life is all about. If you don't accept a printed a word on the internet, then that means that in all likelihood you are against it.
Trump in 2016, and everything was about him. The positive and the negative was all about him. And it's right now, like I say straight up, it's like we have all of the excitement. We have a monopoly on excitement. Nobody is talking about anything but us, whether it's positive or negative, and it's mostly positive.
Who's us?
Nobody's
Zach?
talking about
Who's we? Who's us?
you, me, all of us here on here.
Uh-huh. What's
And
that?
yeah, complicated, obviously. Complicated.
Please, get down on your goddamn knees. For this money, chronic clothes, and weed. You fucking with some real OGs. Bitch, please. Get down on your motherfucking knees. We came to get the motherfucking G's. Yeah, you fucking with some real OGs.
Yeah, it's a good chuckle. He's not the brightest. Not the brightest bulb. Never do that shit live, you fucking retard.
I'm sorry, I can't get over the fact that we had some exhibit. Oh, I didn't expect Exhibit to make an appearance on the show tonight. I appreciate that, X. How's Pimp My Ride doing, buddy? But that's not
man.
That's not all. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, I have no opinion on this. I am a happily married church, but I do want. Yes, I have no opinion on
dancing
this.
chick.
But this is Mandy, who is she's the sweetest. But you know, she catches a lot of flack for using her body to promote her comics. Who gives a shit? It's hers.
Yeah.
I feel bad for anyone who would degrade and humiliate themselves like this just to make money off the sick EBS cult. No respect for herself, no respect for others. And this is from...
that's the Lady Alchemy person?
Wart the Wizard. Yeah, Lady Alchemy, Wart the Wizard. I mean...
Because I don't...
I'm sorry, dancing fully clothed in front of a green screen?
Right.
I
mean, it's not even... Like, I saw the tweet and, like... Before, like, I saw the video because I was just scrolling through whoever's timeline. And then I click on the video, I was like, what?
You get one more loop, chat. That's all you get. give you one more loop. I understand, but
I mean, come on. I'll set up a green screen and do the same exact dance to get a comic book funded. Like, it's not that big a deal.
And yeah, as Chad so poignantly...
Yeah,
Chad pointed out in the chat.
Mandy is genuinely...
Hot took that video down.
Yeah. Mandy is genuinely pleasant. Like, where are her organs? I'm sure if you ask her, she'd have no problem telling you.
Didn't she do burlesque? She'd have absolutely no problem.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. So now we have some screenshots.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering why she moves so lively, now you
So, all right. So I'm gonna have to dox your tabs here, Einbrecht. Did you screenshot it?
don't worry about it. People want to know who I am. They could go find the fake dating profile I use that has an actual picture of me to fucking.
Wait. You have a fake dating profile with a real picture?
Yep, because I use it to troll through really ridiculous. I love reading through stupid people's expectations of what they should get out of a relationship. It's fucking amazing.
Okay, that's fair.
So here we have the comic book hut. I don't believe I've mentioned the duct tape guy in my video about the inner circle of Comicsgate. Interesting. He's quoting Tug here. Anti-Comicsgate is spreading the idea that the quartering is in Comicsgate's inner circle. First, there is no inner circle. Can confirm. Have not been invited to a meeting. So.
Do you think they would invite either of us to a meeting?
Oh,
I definitely wouldn't invite me.
I would. I'd Atomic Denny break the door in. I'd just show up.
That's fair. I'm surprised he hasn't shown up yet tonight. And
Denny's a good dude. I like him. He's entertaining.
We need to. I guess we can take this time to let everybody know that we do have some new segments planned for the show. We're welcoming two part-time cast members onto the crew.
For better or for worse,
we will have impromptu segments from going forward from Poe's Law on Twitter. Great guest, probably one of our most successful shows was with him on it. But it's going to be called The Black Pill, and he will just randomly come in and play his intro sound. I'll pull up the card, and we will have the spontaneous Black Pill from Poe, where he will just raise hell about whatever's bothering him at the moment. And then we will have Who Cares with Atomic Denny. I have no control over either one of these segments.
That's what's going to make them fun, though.
Yeah, I will have no idea they're coming. They will not be planned. They will not be thought out. Not by me, at least. They will just crash the show and play their little intro song, and I will pull the card up and heed the floor to them. So look forward to that, or don't.
And Denny will tell you to be quiet for
be quiet on my own show. Yes, I will. I will sit in the cut corner while two other men take over my show and make me watch.
Oh, oh that was too funny.
But yeah, I was like, wait a minute, did you just tell me to shut up on my own show? Not sure you understand. Don't make me fucking ran-butt you.
Oh, gentlemen. Yeah, Denny can be very entertaining.
Let's see here. Must be the quarterings alt account. The Comicsgates all do the same things. Gadoosh,
Dude, he is so paranoid about the quartering for some reason.
Fucking Matt made a wonderful point about that being quartering. Give me 1 second to pull it out. It's fucking hilarious.
Is it the one right below that image?
Is it the one where he talks about, yeah, because that fat fence-sitting fuck had the foresight to create an alt account in 2016 just for moments like these. I love Matt. It's just as a fellow canoodlian, just bravo.
I'm not seeing that. Where's it at?
It's just his comments just below the screenshot.
Is it?
Should
Oh,
be.
yeah, I got it. Yeah, because I'm sure that Fit City fuck had the foresight to create an alt account in 2016 just for moments like these, and only have 7 fucking followers on it, right? Or only be following
Right.
7 accounts. Then Comic Book Hut spurgs out over the alleged pedo song by EVS. I mean, these people, I don't understand, man. Like, it's one thing for, fucking Comicsgate to go at these people and defend themselves. But it's something entirely. Like, I saw Vicky going at EVS on Valentine's Day. Fucking Valentine's Day. How fucking, like, even
What
if,
doesn't have a date?
like, I don't care if you don't celebrate the holiday and you think it's some fucked up, marketing bullshit or whatever. Sure, whatever. St. Valentine was a fucking murderer. Go out and fucking. Never mind. I can't make that joke here. Sorry, almost got carried away. But fucking, you have nothing but eat some fucking chocolate. Take your best friend out to dinner. But to sit on the internet and spurg out over a guy who writes funny books.
They don't allow cats in restaurants typically. So.
Carried away, church? Motherfucker, I'll put wheels on you and push you down the hill.
That's right. That's right. Me and Cripple Jesus can race. It'll finally be a fair race. Wait, I have legs. Oh, but I wanted to highlight just how ridiculous some of these people were. Like, just how autistic some of the stuff has gotten. And just, it's not even, like, this goes beyond, like, just beefing with somebody because they talk shit about you, right? Like, these people are obsessed. And they're desperate.
Yeah, it's...
Mike Miller can't sell his books anymore. Lone Star? Who the fuck bought Lone Star?
I didn't. I saw the campaign and went, I'd rather spend my money on Earthworm Jim.
Yeah, I'd rather spend my money on somebody who didn't give a shit about who who their fans slept with. Like, like I said, I'm a cis oak church. I don't pretend to be anything
Would it be
else.
Ash?
That's racist, I think.
No, Ashwood is white.
So's oak. Plus, I'm a little more tan than that. Anyway, we're getting into semantics. Shut the fuck
up. Maybe maple. Let's settle with. We'll agree on maple.
We'll put a poll up on Twitter. We'll let the fans decide what kind of wood I'm built out of. But no, it just, how pathetic do you have to be where you spend all day every day, and that's the only reason I can even stomach the idea of continuing to buy Doug Naples books, because at least he spends most of his days inking and storyboarding. Like, he might throw a couple of pot shots out on Twitter, but it's not all he does. It's not the focus of his entire
gentlemen, we're inclusive here. You're made out of all the colors of the rainbow wood.
Oh, that's definitely not true. Like 3 of them.
That's the point of the joke.
That's definitely not true. Most of the wood I'm made out of comes from Germany, so I don't know. Not sure we want to go down that particular rabbit hole.
So you're more familiar with the Eiffel Towering parties then.
So Ashwood would make sense then, because there was.
Are we really still talking about this?
Hold on. It was located in northern Germany, and it was referred to as Thor's tree, and it was an old ash tree that was like several hundred years old. It got cut down by the Catholic Church as they spread out through the northern territories.
Now that everyone's asleep, thank you for that, Ayrton.
How dare you?
Fuck. But Valentine's Day is Arthur Harris Day. Anglo Fury intensifies the sound of our national anthem. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's been the focus of this, and I can't understand it. Like I'm gonna be completely real here. 90% of these people, I got them blocked. I can't do it. I can't.
I mean, most of them have me blocked.
Funny enough, I actually follow a very strict block for block policy. I don't block you if you don't block me.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't deal with it because here's the thing: if I block them when someone quote tweet them, I don't have to read it. You know, when someone I follow gets in the shit with them, I can avoid getting in the shit together with them by not seeing what stupidity they did. But up until recently, I didn't have Edwin and Mike blocked. But, you know, after Edwin
I can totally understand blocking Methwin on principle.
Well,
Mike's a bit of a
go
ahead. Mixed bag. I don't really follow him much.
Well, here's the thing with Edwin, Methwin, whatever you want to call him, and his white drug habit. I can't deal with it. Like he gets on Mike's show and sits there and says that not only are people in Comicsgate idiots, but it's our family's fault for not raising us right. What the fuck is wrong with you, you miserable piece of trash? Like
he's really said that?
Yeah. Yeah, let me see if I can find the clip.
The fuck?
Let's see. Panboy would have it if anybody, but I mean that I'm sorry. Pan goes hard in the paint, so might be a little more difficult to find. Let's see here.
Fuck this guy.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I fully endorse photoshopping dildos onto pictures of him. Where's it at?
Or if he has like a P.O. box or something.
No, don't do that. I don't endorse that at all. But
I'd send him a copy of Cyberfrog if I didn't know he was just going to burn that one too.
Right. No, I
just put a baggie of meth into it, and
no, we're talking about Mike Miller.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, Mike is the one that burned his apparently handicapped child's comic book. You know.
Is this it?
Absolutely, I can't wait. Take your shirt off, brother.
Oh,
For the people, for the
no, that's somebody taking their shirt off. That's just some gayness. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just not my bag. I forget. Did Pan not have this? What's wrong with you, Pan? You have all the good stuff. But no, I can confirm. I did hear the clip. Mike and Edwin were talking about something, and Edwin just goes off on the. Yeah, I'm the same way. If all of this shit wouldn't have started, I wouldn't have had a problem with any of these people, regardless of their ideology. I don't give a shit if you're Christian. I don't give a shit if you're an atheist. I don't give a shit if you're straight, gay, whatever. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I care about the books. I'm responding to Tank in the chat.
Unless you fuck animals.
I mean, if you fuck animals and you talk about it on the internet, yes, I give a fuck about that. But normally, I would hope you didn't talk about that shit on the internet. But people are.
I know, but with the.
I don't think that's the issue.
Am I the only one that didn't like Edwin from the start? From the start, I thought he was a disingenuous prick. I didn't trust him.
I didn't even know who he was until he jumped ship. Honestly, he was that insignificant.
Like he kept showing up on the streams, and he wasn't a creator. He didn't really appear to do anything of value. And it was just like, who the fuck is this guy? And then just as time went on, I liked him less and less and less and less until it became It went from neutral to dislike.
To be fair, Mike didn't burn one of his kids' books, but Mike and Edwin have doubled down in the vile drama. Disappointing to say the least. The fact that he uploaded a video with his kid crying in the background, that loses all credibility to me for anything he says.
Yeah, and I'm not about to trust him because of that video. Actually,
here's the thing. I have well over 1,000 comic books in my collection. None of them, quote unquote, belong to my children. But do you think if my kids liked one of them, I would just sit there and burn it in front of them? Do you think that I would have my kid in the background crying because that's his book or whatever, or even thinking that I'm burning one of his books? No.
Right. Yeah.
I would immediately stop what I was doing and comfort my child. That is what would be on the video, not oh it's okay and keep burning the book for internet clout. Like, this idiot didn't even have the wherewithal to mute the fucking video to keep people from hearing his kid crying in the background. How pathetic. Like, that would have been even more pathetic, but at least he would have had the wherewithal to know that he had done something wrong and wanted to correct it. Even if he still wanted his fucking clout. But no. He didn't stop and comfort his kid. He didn't mute the audio. He uploaded it as is and saw nothing wrong with it. Like
we said, boomers.
Yeah, it may not have been his book, but it wasn't worth the ass pat that he got from Doug Knaple and Edwin over it. And I'm the same way. I generally try to get along with everybody. I generally try to stay out of this shit. And you can ask anybody on this chat with me right here. And call me out if I'm full of shit. But was it not 2 days ago where I was just like, guys, this drama, 2-3 days ago, some shit like that. No, it was Thursday of last week. Is what it was. I'm like, you guys, this drama, yeah. I just, it's too exhausting. I can't deal with it anymore. I don't care about it enough. I just want my funny books. I'm done.
You were saying on one of the streams that you just didn't want anything to do with the drama. You don't care what two grown men think of each other. You're just going to support the comics that you want to support.
And then you messaged me the very next day and was like, and they had to pull me back in.
Yeah, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. But
yeah, it was I get it. It's stupid though.
Because that's the thing. The only and I know this is the internet. I know it's not going to change anything. But there's a quote that I try. What is that noise? Why does it sound like there's?
That's me.
Oh, okay. Like,
that's me. I may be kicking the ever loving shit out of stuff in Witcher 3.
Oh, okay. All right. But there's a quote that I remember from.
I kind of forgot to close my mic. That's my bad.
There's a quote that I remember from my childhood. It's fairly prominent. Most of you have probably heard it, and it's the only thing necessary for evil to triumph, for good men to do nothing. And when you see this kind of shit day in and day out, and it's affecting something you care about, whether it be a hobby, whether it be a creator, whether it be a community, because that's the thing. When it comes down to it, I care about comic books. I've been reading them. It is one of the few connections that I have with my deceased father. Is we both have a love for the medium, and it kind of takes me back to sitting in my grandfather's lap and reading fucking Green Lantern with him. Rummaging through my dad's long boxes when I wasn't supposed to. Going to the comic book store on a Saturday afternoon and spending my $5 allowance.
Dude, that sounds phenomenal. I was more about video games for most of my life. So
I didn't get into video games.
I sadly didn't get into comic books until Age of Apocalypse X-Men.
I actually had a lot stricter upbringing than a lot of people did in our era, because I was the start of the generation of children raised by the television. But because my grandparents were close in my life, they made sure that I didn't spend all of my time hooked to a screen. like I do now. You know, they didn't let me have video games until I was like 13. You know, I didn't have an Atari, I didn't have an N64 or you know a Nintendo or an N64 or a Sega or any of that shit. My first system was a fucking PlayStation, and I got that because I was in the hospital and I couldn't do anything else.
Yeah, you told us that your stories about how many times you had broken limbs and shit, like as a kid. That's
yeah. But I just
What happens when you get hit by a car?
Yeah. No doubt.
I lucked out when I got hit by a car, like big time. The only thing that happened to me was I scraped my elbow, my leg, but I had to like put fucking stuff on it to disinfect it, and my bike got destroyed. I really.
Oh no, man! I thought I was gonna die the first time I got hit. But Tank Ferret Art in the chat says Coach Malin is my hero. His projects go out on time, are a competitive quality, and he's a force multiplier for your Indiegogo. I'd like to re-roll my character. Chad Middleton says, I have no local comic book shop. They're a franchise that sells comic books, but our brick and mortar stores are all gone here too. I have to go a state over to Echo 1D and Q because I pulled a mail-in and got my fan base to vote for me. Yeah, I mean that's all you do. And I never, like I said, since 2018, really, unless it's something Rackets is doing on Meyer right now, or Meyer, which is going on right now. So we're probably going to close up shop here in a few minutes. Send everybody that way. But I don't watch these guys anymore. I just can't because it's hard to stay neutral on a moving train. But I just can't get away from the fact that some of these people, it goes beyond. Like I don't think EVS is obsessed with anti-comics game. I think he's obsessed with defending his brand, which he has a right to do.
Yeah.
And if that's me sucking off Ethan Van Sciver, then I'm sure there'll be a clip of that on fucking Twitter tomorrow. But I don't think it is. I think that it's actually genuine. It's the same thing I say about Doug. I don't think Doug is invested in this bullshit as much as a lot of other people are. I'm sure he takes his pot shots, but he's the biggest name on that side of things. And I don't think he's actually anti-Comicsgate. I think he's actually anti-Ethan. And that's part of the drama I don't give a shit about. But you get Malin, and you get, well, actually no, I take that back because there was his call for deplatforming about Dirtworm Doug from Cash Grab, and I can't stand by that shit. Parody is parody, satire is satire. Shove it up your ass. So I retract that statement. Right. I just wasn't thinking about it.
I wasn't. I seem to be one of those rare people that doesn't like Malin either, so I just don't have anything to say on the matter.
No, I'm talking about Dirtworm Doug and Doug TeNaples.
Oh, you're talking about TeNaple? Okay.
Yeah, and TeNaples.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Well, here's the thing, and I promise we are going to wrap up here in a minute, but fucking, what's his name? And we'll go through the rest of this later on this weekend, probably. If we run dry of things to talk about, these people are a wealth of entertainment. So your contributions,
they so are.
Your contributions will not go unnoticed. I promise. But
no, they won't.
Mostly Einbrock, anyways.
But Cecil put together Cash Grab, and I looked at it, and
which is a hilarious name.
It is
for a comics.
It is
book.
And I looked at it, and I'm considering backing it. I'm waiting on a little bit of money to come in so that I can actually justifiably back it. But one of his, add-ons is an ash can called Dirtworm Doug about a parasitic worm trying to get back in a dog's asshole. Do I think it's tasteless? Yeah. Do I think it's probably tasteless in the eyes of Doug TeNaple? Absolutely.
Oh my God!
Do I think it's fair
I'm now
use?
back in cash grab. That's all I needed to hear. That is terrible, and I love it.
You're welcome, Cecil.
That's fantastic. Can you just get the ash can? Because I don't really care about cash grab at this point.
I think you
I
can.
legit just want the ash can. That's fucking wow.
Cash grab. I think you can actually. Let me pull up the campaign and let everybody have a look at it because Cecil. I don't care how anybody feels about Cecil. I think he's fucking hilarious.
That is brilliant. I love that.
So let's pull this up.
See, I didn't bother to actually look at the campaign. Or I would have known about that. That's fucking amazing.
You can get a 3-book promo, which is the cash grab, the human Cecilpede variant cover, and Dirtworm Doug. But yes, you can get the Dirtworm Doug ash can for $25.
Okay.
So, but yeah, he actually held a contest where you could be the leader of the Cecilpede, and somebody bought it. I think it was like $3,000 or some shit.
Jeez.
But
Cecil's pretty good at marketing himself, to be fair.
Yeah, $3,000 to be the cash grab god tier, the cover, and that came with. You can't even click on it anymore. It's just sold out. But yeah, Tank Ferret Art in the chat says that Dirtworm Doug is the comic equivalent to a diss rap. Yeah, it really is. And if you can't handle that,
wrong with it.
If you can't handle that, and you want to get his campaign pulled down off of Indiegogo, then you're no better than the people you claim to want to get away from because they were harassing you for your Christian ideology. I'm sorry.
It's one of the reasons why I just didn't take anyone's side during the whole war campaign thing, because they were jokes.
Yeah.
They were fucking jokes. I don't care. Like, some of them were funny, some of them felt overreaching and weren't funny. That's fine. Like, people have the right... What's that saying? I do not agree with what you were saying, but I will defend to the death your right to say it.
Yeah, that's usually attributed to Voltaire, but it's not Voltaire.
I have no idea where the quote comes from. I just know the quote vaguely.
Oh, the war campaign have elected to place John Malin at the head of the centipede. Let's see here. Who is the artist? Because the art is really good. Let's see. Donald DeLay. Donald DeLay on art, Cecil on the words, and ink spots on colors. Huerta on logo and cover colors. Variant by Kelsey Shannon. Eric Weathers on letters. Eric Weathers letters everything. God, I love that man. Stretch goals. Cecil drinks at 10K. Cecil drinks more at 20K.
Did you help him write those stretch goals?
Church, you've been secretly Cecil this entire time, haven't you?
Hello. Nah, man, I'm not that cool. I wish I was. But fold out poster and block heads are unlocked.
Cecil drinks and it says unlocked.
Oh,
yeah, that's
Kelsey Shannon painted pull-out centerfold of that Star Wars girl Anna in Slave Leia costume unlocked.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I don't personally find her attractive, but they teach their own.
I mean, I just think that it's unique, and that's the reason that I love Comicsgate so much. It's one of those things like. When was the last time you saw a bikini or a centerfold or some shit in a comic book like that? The 90s. They're bringing back...
Yeah, before they fucking ruined Marvel Comics and DC, unfortunately.
They're bringing back the our golden age of comics, not the actual golden age, but they're bringing back the time when comics were fun and people loved them. They're bringing back the times when comics were profitable, and they're
As
doing
much as
it.
people give me shit for this,
Go ahead.
I fucking love the Age of Apocalypse X-Men. Yes, I know, because it's basically where I started reading comics avidly.
But
interspersed throughout my life, I had lots of exposure to them. But
put him
the
down.
Age of Apocalypse X-Men were so fucking good.
Put him down, Ayrton. We've discussed this already. Put him down. We're gonna have to have you back on to cover Age of Apocalypse now. That's one of the books.
Fair enough, because I've got I sadly don't have my original copies anymore because my grandmother, God bless her, I love her. I will until the day I die.
She burned them because they
she
were
liked
the
to
devil.
give away my.
Oh, okay.
She liked to give away my shit. She gave away my Transformers, a lot of my Lego. Oh God, I love that woman, but
you're too old for that stuff, Sonny.
Yes, yes, that's exactly. You're too old for that shit, and she would just she wouldn't even tell you that. She'd just take it and give it away when you weren't home. It's like,
did she at least give it away to underprivileged children or something?
Don't know. I have no idea who she gave to.
That's my headcanon. She just gave it away to needy kids. But
I mean, to be fair, she was forever donating things, so I would assume, based on her past behavior when it comes to donating, she would do just that.
Yeah, that's the headcanon.
That's my hope, anyway.
But anyway, that's a decent spot. That's a nice, cozy, wholesome spot to end the show on, actually. But
yeah.
We will have to have you back on to discuss Age of Apocalypse and go through some more of this spurgery later on.
Oh, I love those guys. It's just they're no hate. I don't hate a single one of these fuckers. They're very entertaining.
Absolutely. I hope they live a long, prosperous life and continue doing exactly what they're doing.
Yes, I want more entertainment, please. Just Chris chain it up for the rest of your lives. I will be so happy.
Absolutely. I want to see you guys on the Kiwi farms next year.
Yes. Yes. Yes, please. Oh my God.
Hashtag
I hope the farms take notice. Oh, good Lord. I would die. Threads. Can you imagine an entire army of Spurge going through everything these people have ever done, chronicling it, time-stamping it?
This is the dawning of the Age of Apocalypse. Age of Apocalypse. 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 Donate $1 and I'll never do that again, guys. Anyway, I'm Breck Ayrton. As always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks, Tank Ferret. We appreciate it, buddy.
I'm surprised I managed to control my gamer words. I don't usually do that.
Well, you know,
I'm proud of you.
Wait till BitChute opens up streaming. We'll have a gamer word stream.
Sounds good. I'm a whole other person when I'm allowed to use my gamer words. Just fair warning.
I can only imagine.
I've played Monster Hunter with you. I know.
Oh, fair enough. I forgot that I ran around with you for a bit in Monster Hunter. That's right.
Anyway, I will see you guys on the next one, and until then, join us Wednesday on D Live for Radio Wednesdays.
I missed D Live's Radio Wednesday last week. That reminds me, I gotta go watch it.
That's because it was on Thursday. I lost today. It's a long story. But anyway, it will be on actual Wednesday this week, I think, unless I lose it somehow. But,
we hope, maybe.
But, anyway, that's it, guys. Go watch Rackets. And,
good night, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Night, Pulse.